¿Qué onda, amigos? ¿Cómo estamos? Ya está. Ya estamos al aire. Bueno, ¿cómo están? Esperando que estén muy bien. Pues el día de hoy vamos a probar otro demo. Ya jugamos Virgo la última vez. Muy padre. Ahora vamos a probar este juego que se llama Tavern Talk Stories. Dreamwalker. Ya había una versión previa. Estos son juegos más de chill, más de leer, relajarse, visual novel, y pues también de crafting, porque en este caso vamos a hacer pócimas. Vamos a hacer un tabernero de pócimas. Entonces vamos a checarlo, vamos a ver cómo están. Ya lo pueden, ya hay, de hecho ya está la wishlist para que lo soliciten y está un early access en Steam a 220 pesos mexicanos, para que puedan ya jugar. Y todos los días le están metiendo updates a este juego. Y pues vamos a checar, vamos a cambiar el nombre a Retromike. Bueno, Retromike. A dejarlo en Retromike. Y and him. Aquí, pues obviamente este es un juego inclusivo. Este es un juego que pues apoya lo que es la comunidad LGTBQ. Entonces, pues aquí tenemos tanto she, her, y him o they, them. Y pues igual en este canal yo quiero reiterar que aquí apoyamos también a todos los géneros. Todos los géneros son bienvenidos, bienvenidas, bienvenides a este canal. Bienvenides a este canal. Ay, no ando el eco. Greetings, traveler. ¿Qué hola, Cristian? ¿Cómo estás? Traveler. Is that all I get? Voy a tratar de leerlo lo más inglés posible. Vamos a ver. Greetings, old friend. It's good to see you. Likewise. I've been told you sell magical drinks to exhausted travelers. Could I have one? Slow down. First things first. Nada más antes de continuar, déjame mandar saludos a mi estimado Christian Rhodes. Dice, todo chido, mi bro. ¿Qué tal le ha ido? Todo muy bien, aquí estamos probando un juego, mi estimado. Pero gusto en saludarte. Hey, ¿qué huele, Kevin Elezar? Zamora Javinar. ¿Qué huele, hijo? ¿Cómo has estado? ¿Qué onda, qué onda? Wait. You're a customer now. I should watch my manners. My deepest apologies, Miss Miriam. Miriam, espero haberlo dicho bien. Miriam. When did you become so polite? Se llama Tavern Talk. Es un juego, es de lectura visual. Es una novela gráfica. Es más para leer e interactuar con la historia. Es un juego de chill, para relajarse. Hey, always have been. Dice, tenía rato sin saber de usted y sus streams. Pues aquí andamos, mi estimado Kevin. Aquí andamos con Tokio. ¿Y tú qué onda? ¿Cómo estás? Must have missed it. Perdón. So, Miss Miriam, first things first. How have you been? ¿Cómo has estado? How have you been? Are you sure you don't want to make me something to drink first? All right. I'll indulge you. What can I get ya? Let's see. Your menu is small, but enticing. How about that Voyager's Dream? El sueño del viajero. Kevin dice, ¿aún da clases en el Politécnico? Ya no, hijo. Este año ya no se pudo. Pero aquí andamos con toda la actitud. Kevin, bien, trato de mejorar. Eso me recordaste al Otto Octavius acá en la película de Spider-Man. Tratando de mejorar. Eso es muy importante. Siempre mejorar y siempre buscar ser mejores a nuestro ritmo. Qué bueno, hijo, me alegra muchísimo que ahí vas echándole ganas. Pues igual, te puedo decir que yo igual. Tratando de mejorar y tratando de ser, todos los días tratando de ser mi mejor versión. Yo creo que es lo más importante. It sounds nicely balanced. If a bit spiritual for my taste. If a bit... me trabé, perdón. If a bit spiritual for my tastes. But it does remind me of you. Your head has always been up in the clouds. Me gustó esta frase. Feet on the ground, heads in the clouds. It's a balance. And you seem to have kept it. Now, before you run off to make my drink, do you mind showing me what you got going on back there? Vamos a hacer el tutorial. Sure. Are you scouting out the competition? Scouting out quiere decir, andas ahí checando, vigilando para la competencia. Call it wizardly curiosity. Llámalo curiosidad mágica. Can't argue with that. Come on, I'll give you a tour. Nunca había escuchado a alguien con inglés tan fluido. Pues, ya sería el colmo que no, pues es mi chamba. Pero sí, mi estimado Kevin, siempre mejorar, siempre ser nuestra mejor versión. Y no te compares, con la única persona con la que siempre te tienes que comparar es contigo mismo y con nadie más. Porque tú debes de ser lo más importante para ti. Punto. Ok, mi cámara está tapando para que vean que estas pócimas toman mucho la referencia de Dungeons and Dragons. Ahorita van a ver por qué. Es como leí por ahí, los que dicen que no mejoraste es porque ellos están estancados. Exactly. Bueno, continúo. Dice, how's this for a drink mixing nuke? Not too shabby. I like the personal touches. Thank you. I keep all my potions here, guarded carefully by Captain Bebug. Aquí, como pueden ver, él es Captain Bebug. I miss that little creature. Do you think I could pet them? They always appreciate a good head scratch, but maybe after I'm done explaining. All right, let's mix your potions then. Ok, entonces aquí tenemos las recetas y aquí está el Voyager's Dream. It's important to listen to what my patrons want. After all, I want to make sure they get what they ask for. But just in case I forget, I keep a detailed protocol in my log. And for days where I need little extra help, Slinky summarizes my notes for me. Sorry, Slinky? Oh, my lunar reef picked my octopus. It came in for an internship one day and never left. Very nice guy. Once I feel like I have a good idea of what my patron might want, I browse my recipes. How do you decide on the perfect one? I'll look at its properties and description to see which one would fit your wishes best. Then I draw it on the board with my chalk. Chalk es tiza, el gis. Don't want to accidentally serve you an espresso oblivion. Suena rico.
Hello, motherfucker.
Hello, hello. ¿Quién llegó? You have those on your menu? Not anymore. Since each recipe requires the right balance, we need to pay attention to its stats. ¿Cómo andamos, mi estimado Jun? ¿Qué onda? There is strength, charisma, dexterity, intelligence, and defense. Es donde les digo que aquí entra que las pociones, cuando hacen las bebidas, varían según los skills que normalmente son los que se siguen en Dungeons and Dragons: fortaleza, carisma, destreza, inteligencia y defensa. Entonces es lo que me llamó mucho la atención de este juego. Did you go classic? Each potion influences one stat. O sea, ella le está preguntando, ¿a poco te fuiste a lo clásico? O sea, cada poción influencia en el estatus de uno. O influencia un estatus. No. My potions can influence several stats and they can add or subtract. Entonces aquí yo pues le digo, ¿sabes qué? No. Las pociones pueden influenciar en varios stats, en varios estatus. Pueden agregar o pueden sustraer o restar. Entonces, and then I just take one and pour it over the mug. Entonces, nada más agarro uno y lo distribuyo en la taza. Así. As you can see, ahí por ejemplo subimos stats de todo menos de inteligencia. O sea, subimos los stats de fortaleza, de era destreza, no, fortaleza, destreza, lo único que se quedó estancado fue inteligencia. Se me fue el nombre de los stats que, bueno. Ok, entonces, how else? Right. If I make a mistake, I'll pour the faulty mixes into Captain Bebug's bucket. They love terrible potions. Si me equivoco con la poción, se la voy a aventar ahí a mi estimadísime Captain Bebug, que le gusta el tomarse pues pociones no muy buenas. Ok. Anything else you need to keep in mind? ¿Algo más que ocupes tomar en cuenta? Don't forget to ring the bell once you're done. O sea, hay que tocar la campanita cuando terminamos. Now, sit back and relax while I make your drink. Just to make sure you wanted Voyager's Dream. Voyager's Dream, coming right up. Ok, entonces aquí podemos ver, aquí está el Voyager's Dream. Entonces ocupamos primero subir la fortaleza y subir la destreza. There you go. De ahí ocupamos subir la agilidad y la defensa. Y a ver, aquí de velocidad nos está pidiendo 2, por lo tanto nos vamos a pasar tantito, pero esta poción, tengo entendido, nos va a quitar 1. Ahí está. Voyager's Dream. Dice Jun, mire que en PlayStation 5 estaba peleando el Metal Gear Solid Delta. Ay, juegazo, a ver, en una oportunidad lo consigo para jugarlo. Tocamos la campanita. And there you go, Voyager's Dream. A dream of a drink just for you. Let's see how sound your method really is. This is excellent. Inspiring enough for any dream. Thank you. Though, if I may offer an idea, your way of mixing this drink tastes refined. But who would I be if I denied you the alternatives? Oh, come on, speak it up, out with advice. I was experimenting with a new potion on the way here. I call it Sirius. It's a simple brew that enhances the physical abilities of the body. And, well, I suppose it reminded me of you and your whole astrology obsession. I was hoping you would still be interested in your potion craft, so I brought it by, just in case. You should have it. I think it can offer you a different take on that delicious drink of yours. That's wonderful. Thank you. Don't mention it. It will look good in your inventory. On that note, congratulations on opening your own tavern. It's always been a dream of mine. De hecho, sí es un sueño mío en un futuro tener mi propia cafetería. Sí me gustaría. Incluso tener como un barecito, pero no un bar grande, un barecito, esos que les son como walking bars, les llaman. Son bares que es prácticamente un pasillo, una barra con drinks, ciertas drinks, cheve de barril y unas 3, 4 bancas ahí para atender nada más 3, 4 personas, ya está ahí. Es absolutamente todo. Disculpen. Can't catch a dream if you don't chase it. Can't argue with that. So, are we competition now? Me and the great Miriam Alchemy Collective. I mean, Moria's most prestigious mage family and their famous potions of impossibility. Versus Retro Mike, the up-and-coming tavern keeper of Borkham and their most delicious concussions. Sounds like a battle of the ages, right? I think we might be inhabiting very different niches. Unless you're thinking about becoming a stuck-up mage who sells his diluted potions for marked-up prices, I think you're good. I'll think about it. Okay, I'll take notes. Why not? Just kidding. See this as you indulging my hobby. A very expensive hobby. No he visto mi colección de juegos. They tend to be. I would suggest a more profitable business model, if you have the time. I'll think about it, Miss Miriam. You can drop the miss. We've known each other for what? Almost 2 decades now? Quite a while. Long time to be the best friends. Even longer after you abandoned me for 2 whole years. Even my former pharmacist came to say hi once. I was busy. You could send a postcard at least. I'm sorry. I just needed to get away after I know, don't worry. I lost her too. I'm just pulling your leg. You don't owe me anything. How are the Gafera treating you? I hear Twinborough is lovely this time of the year. The local flora is in full bloom, which is beautiful postcard worthy even. But unfortunately, the uptake in Poland seems to also increase the fluctuation of the mana irregularities of the Delta. Simply said, keeping tourists on a straight path and everyone else safe from the arcane anomalies roaming the city gets a bit rough this time of the year. It's interesting though. Sometimes something about the exposure to pollen shifts the creature's patterns and hunting behaviors. And you're starting to figure out the why. As is my potion as a guy as a Gafira analyst. Good for you, good for you. Did the magical protectors of the city also sponsor your armor? It's rare to see wizards running around this suited up. I made it myself. Well, the blacksmiths made it, but I transmuted it. Made it impervious to lightning damage and gave it some absorptive properties. Sounds exciting. It is. Did you make this tavern yourself? Uh, I just renovated. It was honestly in poor condition, but I think I prettied it up well. Had some help with it too, of course. You did a good job. I can barely tell someone broke that shelf before. Thank you. Do you like how I decorated? It's not bad, but of course, there's always room for improvement. I like that it's right by the sea and so close to home. You moved to Borgham just to have a view of Moria from your backyard? What can I say? I'm sentimental. I thought about moving to Zenith for about half a day, but uh they only put blueberries and donuts and that sucks. I can't deal with that. Blueberries must be put in yogurts or in oatmeals. I can't deal with that. I thought they tasted quite good actually, a nice change of pace. Oh, how you betray me again? Did you get to explore their treacherous pastry on your way home? Plenty. I stopped by to pick up an incense delivery and the baker was right next door. He was very forthcoming about his assortment and about the town's gossip. I think I could write a baking manual interpersed interspersed with local tabloid articles at this point. Anything you would like to share? You know how much I like gossip. I do remember. It was a whole lot of talking in circles and worrying about nothing. What stuck out the most was how worried he was about his niece's neighbor's son. Apparently, the kid hasn't slept well in days and insists there's a monster hiding under his bed. What kind of monster? Not sure. Allegedly, it has millipedes, feet, and snores. Fascinating. Do you think it's real? Nah. The baker also told me about a mysterious rogue allegedly going rogue around town, stealing buttons, beds, bones? No, honey. The townsfolk have started locking their doors at night, But even that won't prevent the theft. I think maybe the boy is scared and projecting his fears into his dreams and under his bed. Not too bad for a theory. What did investigation conclude? The fairy Miriam? Nothing. I didn't investigate. I consider it. Study the potential beast or delusions, show the kid how to sucker punch any hiding horrors. I had time to leave a charm guarding against bad dreams with the baker. But then I had to get going. I was only passing through, after all. I guess your jurisdiction doesn't extend to the mainland anyway. So, what did bring you back here? Me, I hope. The Afterlife Solstice Festival. My parents are sponsoring this year and they asked for some help with the preparations. Lots to do and all, even with half the month still left to go. Glad to hear they finally reached out. Yeah, but it surprises me you took days off for that. I always thought you're not too fond of the event. Too loud, too dark, too people. All that. I wasn't exactly in a position to refuse it. It was Sarah's favorite, so I guess this is their way of honoring her. Getting obsessed with anything that reminds them of her existence, needing to make it perfect in her memory. Anyway, to keep on living, I guess. Okay, I see how that wasn't easy to say not to. Not that I tried. Anyhow, will you come over for the celebrations? Maybe. I might have to work. I suppose a day of festivities means good business for you. I'll make sure to send some guests your way. Whoa, who is he? Did I hear festivities? Who's throwing a party and why am I not invited? I'm sorry, hold up now. Who are you? That's Una. She helps me with all my renovations and repairs, so I let her live upstairs for free. I see, now the makeshift room makes a lot more sense. No need to be intimidated by my DIY skills. You two know each other? We're just acquaintances. And is that a mutual feeling? Of course it is. And you never introduced her to me, Retro Mike? Here I thought we were so close. Even after I lost my hand while trying to fix the leaking stern. Please don't believe everything she says. Hey, you want to tell me that you climbed all the way there yourself to fix the leak? That's not... Never mind. To tell you the truth, I lost my arm while brawling with a two-headed sheep. I don't know if that makes it better or worse. Terrifying beast, really. Good thing there was a field of clovers nearby. Did you know they are absolutely crazy about clovers? Just in case you ever get into a hairy situation with some sheep. Or should I say, woolly situation? I hate that I'm laughing. You know exactly why you're letting me stay here. Thinking of that ship really made me crave one of your drinks, though. You got another one for me? Why does ship make you think of? Does it really matter? Do you have a drink or not? Sure. What may I conduct for you? Something that makes me be the lucky fool that at the poker table over at the Squeaky Lobster. You feel me, no? You feel me? Llega la clase de inglés. Of course, we're reading.
Este muchacho me llena de orgullo.
A bit of charisma here and there, so no one will notice a thing. What thing? If I elaborate on that, I will have to sweep you out of the way. In that case, I better see what charismatic brew I can conduct for you. Hey, that rhymes. Now, Hona didn't request a specific drink, but she did mention some attributes that drink should have. What did she say again? I should check my log for the specific words if I can't remember. Let's see. Should I find myself lost? I can ask Slinky for help. I've got this. Let's see. This inspiring message in a bottle is the perfect drink for any sincere spice, luck, and hope. And this one refreshing hot tea, motivation, and stress. No, she mencionó suerte, lucky, y creo que mencionó hope. Va a ser esta. Va a ser esa. Sí. Season Tides. Ok, entonces Season Tides lleva -1 de fortaleza, 2 de destreza, 1 de velocidad y 1 de defensa. Sin inteligencia. Ok. Let's see if I can do it. A ver. No. A ver. 1. Es 1. A ver, acá es 1 y 2. Y le quitamos uno aquí. Ok. Y... es que espérame tantito. No. No. ¿No sabes qué? Vámonos. No sirvió. ¿Malo qué? A ver, otra vez. 1, 1, 2, 1. A ver, es 1, 1. De ahí tenemos 1, 2 y ahí está. Voyager's Dream. Ay, me equivoqué. Si cerezó penco. A ver. A ver. Vamos a quitar. A ver, vamos bien acá. Nada más que... No. Vamos a... ¿Sabes qué? Otra vez. A ver. Ok, -1 and 2. Entonces -1. Y del otro 1, 2. Ok, de ahí nos vamos a 1, 0, 1. Sí, no. Ay, me pasé. Ahí está Captain B-Bug para que se dé grasa. A ver, de nuevo. Uno. Y acá son 2. A ver, no, ¿sabes qué? A ver. Es 1, 2. Y acá es 2. No, me pasé. Me pasé de lanza. A ver. Déjame calar de nuevo. Era -1 y 1, 2. Ahí está. De ahí vamos con ahí está. Season Tides. There you go. Let's see. There you go. Let's see if this suits your taste. Delicious as always. Exactly what I wanted. Now the losers over there and over at the Squeak Lobster Poker Night and pack up. But what about you? Oh, so mysterious, suited up woman? I know absolutely nothing about you. Except that we both know the same tavern keeper. How about you two share a funny little anecdote with us? Or at least your name. I'm Gafiria Miriam. You know, like the Miriam Alchemy Collective, the famous potion brewery of Moria? No big deal at all. There is a potion brewery in Moria? Didn't get to try this yet. You should, if you make it to Moria sometime. Awesome. I'll put it on my Gaia bucket list. You're not from here, I take it? Nope. Straight up of the Astral Sea. People can usually tell immediately, but whatever. I'm here now. What a sweet gig. I suppose to. Any particular reason why you're exploring Gaia? I heard wondrous thing about the Astral Sea. It must have been difficult to leave behind. Curiosity. I want to see every last bit of Gaia. Every grass, every tree. Leave no stone unturned. For you, Gaia may be daily bread. But for astral folk like me, it's rare we get to see beyond the tides. So, now that I do, I must make the most of it. However that works, they don't make as many manuals about adventuring as you would think. And I'm slowly running out of cracks and crevices in this wooden interior to count. I can hear you, you know. I'm sorry, I didn't. It's alright. I'm rooting for you to see more of the world. I appreciate the company though. And I appreciate a good old bar. It's got a good view. Speaking of which, I would love to see the biennial astral star eclipse. Of course, I've witnessed it countless times on my home plane. But after a while, even the darkness of an otherwise sparkling sea just doesn't excite me anymore. Anyone knows what stars underwater look like? Totally. Allegedly, there's no better place to watch the eclipse than Barica. But that's so far up north, it's kind of rich for me currently. So until then, I'll just go on fun day trips and get into bar fights elsewhere. Speaking of bars, remember how I told you I would do some industrial espionage for you over at the Lucky Knitter? Tell me everything. First of all, your tavern is still cooler. That's a relief. But even better, I roped the owner into a dice game. I bet if I win, I get something extraordinary. If they win, I would fix their broken void siphon. And I assume you won? Bingo! And I snatched quite the treasure for you. They said it was a collecting dust in the glass cabinet anyways, and they were glad to hand it on down to a worthy opponent. And now, I hand it on to my worthy friend. The tag says Anka. No idea what it does though, but I figure it might help you. Thank you, Unam. I think it'll add nicely. It'll add nicely to my collection. I thought so. Anyways, let me fill you in on some hot POs and gossip I picked up on my way back. I'm all ears. Apparently, some exciting things are happening in Zenith at the moment. So, you've also heard about the thief that apparently has an odd preference for stolen goods? What? No! I was talking about those colorful cobblestones appearing in the streets. I definitely have to get my hands on a few of those. The stones, not the streets. I bet they're magical. Who knows what I could do with them? I did see those colorful stones in the pavement. Red, pink, and orange, if I remember correctly. It looked cute. I thought of it as the doing of a young carbuncle. You know, the little furry critters with the gemstones between their eyes, painting the streets cobblestones in its favorite colors. Like it believes a quick paint job would turn the cobblestones into real gems. A carbuncle? It's a pretty rare occurrence on Fisoa. I thought they preferred a warmer climate. That speculative talk about carbuncles bores me. It's clearly the work of an artistically gifted leprechaun. Even seen a leprechaun paint stones? And have you ever seen just any carbuncle in this latitude? Maybe you're both right. Like a leprechaun, maybe? What a spineless answer. Agreed. Either way, I really gotta check it out. You could also investigate the thefts while you're there, or help a poor kid plagued by nightmares. Not sure how bricks would help a kid, But I see if I can find an adventurer with a babysitting license to pass on your worries. Do you need a ride then? Before you decide to go to Zenith by foot and get in fight with a martially gifted leprechaun? Or something like that. That sounds kind of fun. I have to stop by at the Ashen Grove to pick up flowers for the Afterlight Solstice Festival. They say they forget me nuts are the most beautiful in all of Asteria. And it's not far from Zenith after all. Oh, well then, how could I say no to such a sweet offer? We'll leave as soon as you finish your drink. Why the rush? You could also stay for another drink if you want. No, a drink does sound nice, but unfortunately it falls low on my long list of priorities. I also wouldn't say no to a free afternoon once in a while. Would you know what to do with your time off? I'm not sure. Collecting colorful stories? Or indulging blueberry jam filled donuts? Maybe I'll even have time for some leisurely tourism. Anything particular you have in mind? A few things, but it's best not to dream boundlessly without a concrete plan. That's the best kind of dreaming. You must be curious about something. Well, I wouldn't mind running into ancient undiscovered magic slumbering below the hills. Or maybe a spa of ancient magic, or a library perhaps. I digress. Let's head out to the Ashen Grove and Zenith, of course. Alrighty then, I won't make you stay here any longer. See you soon, Retro Mike. Till the next tidal wave. Whatever that means. Until next time, Tavern Keeper. Take care of yourself, my dear. And don't make me wait as long as the last time. Please. I won't. I promise. ¡Qué bonito juego! ¡Qué bonito juego, qué bonitos diálogos, chingado! Ah, Tomorrow Adventurers. Astral Hares don't know the Macawaba? Yes, they do. And how will you know that? I read a basic biology book. Wait, you can read? Bueno, hasta aquí lo vamos a dejar. Es más que nada solo un pequeño. Esto es un demo, de hecho. Bastante extenso. De hecho, la versión alfa, como pueden ver arriba, no es el producto final del juego. Y fíjense la calidad de los dibujos, los diálogos, muy fluido al momento que va pasando la historia. Sobre todo el dibujo. A mí el dibujo fue lo que me encantó, la interacción. Y es ese tipo de juego que a mí me gusta mucho tener ahorita un cafecito o incluso una cervecita y estar tomándomela a gusto mientras estás leyendo los diálogos. Incluso, pues como pueden ver, es en inglés. Es una muy buena opción para que practiquen su inglés con este tipo de juegos. Se los recomiendo muchísimo, amigos. La verdad, es un juegazo. Ya lo pueden encontrar en Steam, Tavern Talks, Dreamwalk, y para que lo tomen en cuenta. Y Dreamwalker, perdón. Tavern Talks Dreamwalker. Y pues le vamos a pausar hasta aquí. Hasta la próxima ocasión, porque es un juego muy extenso, es un juego muy extenso y pues no aquí nos llevaría toda la tarde, que de hecho sí van a ver streams de chill, así los voy a llamar, chill streamings, donde pues vamos a estar jugando este tipo de juegos, chateando, platicando, y llevándonosla tranquilos y a gusto, ¿ok? Muchas gracias a quienes me acompañaron, neta. Espero que les haya gustado. Y lo consideren para consideren comprarlo. La verdad vale la pena. O si lo quieren dejar en su wishlist, ya lo pueden encontrar en Steam. Ok, y pues muchas gracias. Cuídense mucho. Y nos vemos más al ratito. Ya nomás voy a terminar ahorita de hacer unas cosas. Y en la noche, nos aventamos otro juego. ¿Ok? Sale pues.